How powerful is this motorcycle? Hello my friends, my name is Vladimir. Today we will make a Royal Enfield Meteor 350 review. I watched several extremely technical reviews about this motorcycle, so I decided to focus more on user experience review of this bike. And as far as I don't own this motorcycle personally, I don't have enough experience of riding this motorcycle. So I have found owner of Royal Enfield Meteor 350 here in Korea South and asked him about his experience of riding this bike. His name is Dmitry and he is the owner of brand new 2021 Royal Enfield Meteor 350. That is his first full-size motorcycle and he is going to tell us does this Royal Enfield model is good for beginner based on his experience. He is not very techy guy, he just likes to ride without digging into technical specs and construction details, probably like most of us do. Do we need to tinker with specs when we are talking about Royal Enfield with 20 horsepower? In my humble opinion, absolutely not. And here he is, happy owner of this Royal Enfield Meteor 350.
If honestly speaking, this is my second season, and previous experience, if I will count everything like parking lots and like can I get a ride a little bit, can I try, it will be like the first time it was Turkey. I was maybe like 18 years old, but that experience was super wild. Without anything, it was scooter, and after was only scooters, was PCX, most of the time was click, everything was in Thailand. So it's not real traffic, it's just like you cruising around the island. So it's, yeah. And pure motorcycle experience here in Korea, and also started from the scooter, or we can call it like scooteretta. It was the Super Cup 110 and Super Cup 125. And finally, I got my driver license, proper. Yeah, and this is first proper bike. Yeah, I guess it's obviously that I'm like newbie rider in terms of experience, but in terms of like mileage, this motorcycle particularly I already got like maybe a little bit more than 2,000, but previous is like more than 16,000. For one season. Cause you know there's a bunch of factors, like first of all I like classic bikes and I try to find something like looks classy, but on the other hand I ain't got a lot of budget, so my budget's pretty small. I thought about second-hand bikes, but I got a like limit in my head. I want something fresh, and in terms of fresh, I'm talking about like maybe less than 5 or 3 years old bike, like that. Because I want to ride like maybe a couple years, and then I won't be able to sell it after. I love it, man. Design is, I think, is pretty good. And the most interesting thing about this bike is like same bike, but different colors, right? And a little bit different specs. But specs, I mean, is just windshield and backrest. But looks different, really. Like you can see that they got each color, like two colors. They call it different specific. It's just not just blue. It's kind of like what they call it, supernova blue, as long as I remember. And interstellar or stellar something, they got stellar black, something like that. So, I mean, depend on the color, and that windshield and backrest looks different, and all bikes looks cool. At the first I wanted yellow bike. It looks more like, I cannot say naked, but I don't know the special term. But without backrest, without windshield, looks more like, I don't know, young, for young people. I love that one. But was no option here in Korea. Everything was sold out, yeah. So I started looking at the blue, and I'm like, why not? And now I love it. The headlight was pretty okay, but it's not LED. So I mean, from the beginning, like from the factory, it's not LED. And I don't know, I was just unlucky or something, but after like 2 days, it's just gone, stop working. Yeah, I mean the bulb. So high beam was working, but low beam not working. So I called to my dealer, and they said it's just bulb. You can just change the bulb, and it's not the warranty case. So yeah. Not really. Never really like super dark conditions here. So I don't know. But now my bulb is LED. So I'm not sure how good is that. I think it's also not so good because some part of Korean roads is like no light at all. I think that road's definitely not enough. This light will be not enough. I don't know, my dealer told me actually the strange thing, I'm not sure that it's true, that the LED bulb bright but not far. It strikes not far, right? And just original normal bulb, stock bulb is like wider and strikes more far. Is it true? Or I'm not sure that it's true. I mean, you're asking guy who ride before Super Cup, quite long, quite far. So yeah, I mean, I can do. But if speak honestly and start to imagine like, perfect conditions, yeah, I think there could be some improvements. For example, the clutch and the brakes, your hands, you feel like, like you're sitting and all your organs like here, right? But it should be maybe like a little bit like this. So you don't need to, I don't know, put the stress on your hands, right? And
Can you make it by yourself?
I think you can, but again, I got issues with branch. I don't know. They told me I cannot touch anything. That's my problem, my personal problem. But if you guys will do everything in your garage, I think there is no problem. You can. So in the perfect conditions, what I want to experiment, just take my handlebar, just raise it a little bit, upper, and brakes and clutch put also a little bit upper. So the seating position will be same, but I don't need to reach with hands like and put stress there like this, I already get used to, but if you imagine long ride and you just sit there like this, I think it will be more comfortable. And same things with your legs. Actually, I think it will be much more better if you can like normal cruising position, the option. But I didn't saw, at least there is no genuine parts for that. Maybe aftermarket. Yeah. But overall, if we will not touch like how we can improve, like how it will be better, it's good. It's good enough. It's good enough to go like pretty far and pretty long ride.
And by the way, you have these protective bars.
Yeah.
And you can put your neck.
Now, that is saying. I thought I can do that, and that's actually was one of the reasons why I bought that. Like it's genuine part, so I bought it 2 reasons. First, obviously, it's like engine guard, and second one, I thought I can like just put my legs there, but I cannot. It's like not enough space there. Yeah. In terms of like fuel consumption, I got exact numbers we can show after. I can show you there. I don't remember them like particularly, but especially for this case, there is 2 modes, right? Trip A, Trip B, and odometer. So I just fixed the Trip A when I was in gas station last time. Yeah, so we can check. But in terms of like just feelings, I feel like it's pretty same with Super Cup actually. So it means like it's very, very efficient.
How powerful is this motorcycle?
Yeah, this motorcycle is not about power, not about speed. What I can say is the performance reminds me Super Cup. It's easy and not so powerful. I mean, it obviously can go more than Super Cup because it's 350 and that one 125. But in terms of like dynamic, it's totally same, I guess, with Super Cup. And in terms of yeah, I mean, in terms of power, yeah, I feel like it's a little bit, it's similar, a little bit powerful, but not so much. I can go 100 kilometers. That's the like comfortable maximum speed. That's what I can say. 100 kilometers by this speedometer, but by GPS it will be like maybe 90 something, 96, 92, something like that. So that's what I can say. And if you ride like 80 kilometers by GPS, that speed's super comfortable. The vibration is like super comfortable. Definitely it's perfect for city. But for highways, yeah, I mean, you can feel sometime that it may be not so much powerful, maybe not enough in terms of, I don't know, actually I cannot tell that it's not enough. For me it's quite enough. Just if you want to follow that crazy sport bikers or other people who start to, you know, make the crazy moves there on the road, yeah, maybe. But I rode already in the highway alone, pretty far, and I already rode with my girlfriend, so 2 people. It's quite okay, no problem. We go like 100 kilometers per hour and it's okay for me and for her. I asked, and we did it before on my Super Cup. So that was disaster. She's like, I don't want to do it no more. I think like the gears very short, but in terms of it's 350, I think, I mean, I ain't got something to compare with because I ain't got the experience with another big bikes. Yeah, but it's nothing like sport bikes, you know, where you can just go 100 kilometers on second gear. It's not like that. This gear is very, very short, but in terms of smoothness and like, how to say, user interface, it's kind of same. Again, same with Super Cup. It's pretty smooth and actual, how to say, my friend told me like the gameplay, I still on the same gameplay with the Super Cup because it's not the classic, you know, gear shift. There is a heel shift, so you upshift with the heel like this. Same as the Super Cup. Only thing I can mention about the gear that sometimes it's like the first gear is pretty hard to, you know, to hit the first gear. I don't know how to explain actually. It's like just
From neutral?
Nah, from neutral everything perfect. From the second gear you just push a little bit and you are on the neutral. But if you want to go from the second gear on the first gear, that is a little bit tricky.
So you have to push twice, to neutral, then to first gear.
Kind of. And sometimes there is like something strange with me or with bike because so you hit the clutch, you go from the second gear, you want to go to first, but you're stuck in the neutral, right? So, and you try to push more and you're still in neutral. So what I'm just release the clutch again and then it works. Maybe something that I don't know about the mechanics, but it is what it is. Yeah, maybe everything is right, just I'm lack of experience, right? So I'm just like, okay, where is the second, that second gear? I'm just go neutral in second. Actually, that is my user experience with this bike. I'm not using first gear, usually. I just use second gear and neutral. This bike allows you to do that, just sometimes not enough, like RPM, I guess, and that's why it's like, just tell you, stop, man. I'm not working like that, it's just Again, I don't have a lot of bikes to compare with. So for me, the brakes are good enough, but not perfect. So I already got like a couple situations when I need to implement brakes like very rapidly, but I cannot say that it was like super fast response. But at the same time, it's pretty predictable. Yeah, pretty predictable brakes, and you don't need to worry a lot about like, you push too hard, something like that. Never happened with me on this bike. Yeah. So ABS works fine, and the brakes, yeah, works pretty good. Just not so strong. They are not strong. That's what I can say. Like a bicycle, man. That's the thing I love the most. When I start to, like, I guess I just took it on the test drive. And it was just 2 minutes, and I decided, okay, this bike I will buy because it's like super easy, and like, because my main purpose of this bike, like 99%, is daily commute from home to work, from work to home, and I'm working downtown, so it's like super big traffic jams every day. So I know that if there will be the bike that I need to, like, fight with, it will be struggle every day. That's why shifting gears and turns and ride on low speed, that was the main, like, main factors that I was testing during the test ride. So, answer your question, is great. Feels pretty solid. Because it's not so super heavy, but it's heavy enough to feel very solid on the high speed, and it's not super like heavy that you feel like super unconfident where you ride, like, maybe 20 kilometers, like in the traffic jam or something. Again, I told you that. Because there was a lot of moments with me as a new rider, like I got in a turn or something on very low speed, and I feel like it's just going like this. So I can just catch it, no problem, with my hands. And I imagine, like, if it will be something like, I don't know, 650, 700, 1 liter, definitely just... Man, what kind of repairs we're talking? It's a new bike. So, but again, okay, this is funny. This new bike, I changed the bulb. I don't know if it tells something or not about the quality. I've been reading, like, after 500 kilometers, need to change, right? The oil filter and oil, so I did that. That's it. And chain loop, I got a chain loop at home, so I try to, maintain the chain after long distance riding. That's it. All you need to do, maybe just, wash it a little bit, wipe it. I don't know what kind of negatives we can talk about. Not enough speed? Maybe. But speed is the thing is, how to say, it's never enough, right? You can get used to any dynamic, I guess. You can get used to any like speed limit, right? As far as I can feel in my experience. Because at the beginning, I feel like Super Cup is fast enough. Why I need more? I drove the P6. It's more dynamic than Super Cup. Feel like, why it's super fast? Why I need more? Yeah, so this thing, I guess, the personal feeling, right? The people who wanna get like adrenaline level, yeah, maybe not enough for them. Will be very much boring for them. But this bike is not about the speed, right? This bike is just pleasant for your eyes, if you like classic bikes, and the sound. So the sound is pretty nice. It's not loud. I don't like loud bikes. Yeah, and it got some kind of signature sound, you know? It's like a sewing machine. Like you can refer to that. It's like, you know, you can feel the needle. I like the sound. I like the sound. The stock sound, I don't know, quite good for me. And yeah, the vibrations. I like the vibrations here because Super Cup, I cannot say that I like vibration there. No pleasure there. Like Super Cup, you just go maybe 80 kilometers per hour and the vibrations start killing you, especially if you sitting on the back. But here is different. Here the vibration is like whole bike vibrating, but that vibration is kind of good vibrations. Yeah, there is a metal cover. Sounds, yeah. For me, not so big deal. It's not all the time. It's not all the time. First of all, it's only on the certain level of RPM, I guess, because I cannot feel it like all the time. I cannot hear it all the time. And second thing, I used to listen to music while riding, so I mean, I don't know. From the marketing point, super good. Like 3 years without limitation for mileage. You don't need to be worried, nothing to worry about. But from the practical side, I mean, the maintenance pretty expensive. I mean, I can just go to any other like normal shop, not official branch, and they will do totally same work 3 times cheaper, I guess. Because, for example, I asked them how much costs to install that engine guard. An engine guard costs like 50,000 Omanon. I think it's quite a lot. No, there's only one bolt. I think I can do it by myself. Just give me that 40 bucks.
Probably this is the price of the guard.
No. Just work. Yeah, the guard costs like something around like 100 bucks. Yeah, it was work because I asked him like they install that. I think they did it for free because I bought it, and during the purchase they asked me about the genuine parts, so I chose the engine guard. But then after I asked them, what if I change. I wanted another one, another engine guard. So they told me like, yeah, it's possible, but the work will cost like 50,000. I'm like, okay, it's quite enough, good enough for me. I think it's perfect bike for beginner, except that part that you switching gears, not like regular bikes. There's a heel shift, right? So you need to, I don't know, you need to keep that in mind when you will go to another bike. But the rest, I think perfect. After you will feel confident with this bike, I think will be no problem to go and try other bikes. And it was my case actually. Like when I got the Super Cup, I tried to ride like in the parking lot. I asked like, I tried Himalayan, you're right. I tried to sit there and it feels like, no, it's like super dangerous for me right now. But after this bike, I tried different and it feels okay. No problem, I can ride. The clutch makes me bring a lot of stress for me because I don't know how to shift. I don't know how to use the clutch, right? So now I get used to the clutch, it's fine for me. The size and the weight, important. Because Super Cup, you remember I usually ride like a bicycle. Just something wrong, I just take it and just put it like this. You remember that we got the situation, like off-road situation. Don't need to do anything, just take your bike like a bicycle and just go. But with this bike, I cannot do totally same. It's heavy enough. I cannot lift it like a bicycle, but I still able to, you know, control it with my hands.
Okay, thank you, man.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching this video until the very end. Hit the like button if you liked the video, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys and girls in the next one.